What's up, everybody? Your boy Nate Dogg, Commish, bringing you Week 8 recap video. Beautiful week in sports. You got football, baseball's in the World Series, basketball just tipped off. So one of the few weeks of the year or a few days of the year that you'll have all three major sports going at the same time. So sports is awesome. It was a great week in the EDL as always. Halfway through the year, week 8, so you include the Super Bowl all the way to the week 16. We're halfway done, fellas. It goes quick. So yeah, always a lot to talk about, house cleaning stuff, so I'm gonna just jump right into it. First things first, house cleaning. I'm gonna try and keep this video shorter than my last ones. They've been going a little too long because I know it's hard to ask you guys to sit down that long. Some people more than others to watch the videos, but I'm going to be posting another video this week, an expansion video. Brett and I did a lot of thinking over the expansion. What's the best way for our league, best way for different scenarios that we can think of, playing the devil's advocate on everything. And there's actually a lot of stuff that needed to be talked about and some tweaks that needed to happen to our expansion rules that were set. So the best way to do it is for me to just try. We talked about everything that needs changed, made notes and stuff. So I have a video that I will be making probably tomorrow. Hopefully get it posted around first come first serve time, and get you another video that they'll be voting on. I want to know if you guys watched it, if you guys agreed on it, because obviously expansion is a league-wide thing, and I want to make sure everyone's understands the little changes that we're proposing or all of that. So that video's coming. Be watching for it, and then we'll be voting if you watched or not, and then if you agree with it. So please watch it. Alright, so that's just really the house cleaning stuff. I'll just jump in and talk about the league a little. Pool picks, man, I forgot to do my damn pool picks this week, so we got a little tighter race at the top. So I'm definitely gonna make sure I don't miss another week, because I like doing the pool picks. What else? Survivor pool. Robbie's still getting after it. I talked to Robbie a little bit, and I gotta give him some love because he seems to always do well in this. Looked up his who he's picked. He's picked on the Jags 4 times. Great strategy. I should have done the same thing. We all should have. But good job. I asked him. I was like, Robbie, you don't miss. Give me your lock of the week. Who's it gonna be this week? He told me he thought about it. He said he's going to go with Drew Brees. Drew Brees over the Jets. He's going to go away from the Jags. So if you want lock of the week, if you're betting money this week, why not go with Robbie's pick? Robbie says Saints over Jets, lock of the week for Survivor pool. So if you want to keep up with Robbie, that's what he's doing this week. So good luck, Robbie. What else? Well, like I said, we're halfway through the year. Maybe just give a little playoff picture, what we're looking at right now. Top 8 teams go. So obviously 3 division winners. You got Robbie's number 1 overall seed, and then you got Edwards as the number 2, and then Rub, and then 4 seed is Henderson, 5 is Dan. So yeah, the East with 1, 4, and 5. Can't believe I can't be up there with you guys, but tough division. Anyways, then we got. Looks like we got Emineth in the 6th seed, and then Pete in the 7, and Seward in the 8th. So yeah, that's our playoff scenario as of right now, and who's in. So I know there's a couple of us below that's gonna try their hardest to squeak in there. Anything can happen in the playoffs. So halfway through the year, good job everybody. What else? NFL was a pretty good week. I didn't get to enjoy much of American football, but I did enjoy some football. I went to the Sounders game, so I was pretty much stuck to looking at my phone for stats, and I didn't even really want to look after the first morning games. But anyways, Calvin, primetime games, Calvin, Megatron. I don't know what other nicknames. He deserves them all, but he put on a show. Him and Dez, Cowboys and Lions. I got to watch that game. That one was just a great game to watch. Just Calvin got to watch him do some crazy stuff. And yeah, might as well. Well deserved. Ended up getting in our top 10 list, number 3 overall. I got his stats written down. He scored 50.9 points for us. He had 14 catches for 329 yards, which is the second most of anybody receiving yards wise, and he had 1 touchdown. So that's Dan's second guy on the board. Calvin, we all know he's well deserved to be up there. And another little sneaky wide receiver got on our top 10, or number 9 overall, Marvin Jones, who actually was started by Henderson. So he had 8 catches for 122 yards and 4 TDs. So he had a nice little game. He dropped 44.2 points. So, yeah, 2 good weeks by 2 big players. And actually, like what I thought all week long was just studs and duds in the NFL. Just a lot of guys blowing up and a lot of guys not blowing up. Yeah, so I'll just do a quick little recap of our little matchups. Kick it off first with little Cuckoo and Seward. Yeah, again, like all of our matchups this week, there wasn't really anything super close. Not like a lot of the Monday Night Magics that we've been having. Emineth had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in double digits. The same for Seward, just like a bunch of 0 balls mixed with higher teens. So yeah, big game from Stafford for Cuckoo, big game from Kaepernick from Seward, but Cuckoo got the win. Just moving along, Homo Feromo smashed straight cash homie. So Drew Brees went bonkers. He had five touchdowns, 300 yards, 330, something like that. Just killed it. Rupp also had Sean Lee, who was one of the big studs of the week. He had 2 picks, almost went to the house. Just had a balling day, had over 30 points. But then, like, kind of the duds, like we saw, like, I know Straight Cash has got to be frustrated with Tom Brady right now, but just a couple guys not producing. Just gonna keep moving on. We have my matchup. Cliches Rowe got after me a little bit. He dropped 204, beat me by about, looks like 25 points. Studs and duds all over the place. I had Sproles with 4 points, Amendola with 4 points. Couple good guys, Dez and Tate both dropped 20 for me. Same story with Rowe. He had Greg Jennings at 1 point, Julius Thomas at 6 points, but then Emmanuel Sanders dropped 24, Josh Gordon dropped 24. So he had a good defense too. Like Rowe's team seems to have good D, but so good win there. Keep moving on. We had Edwards. I gave you props one time for getting the right quarterback start. I know I was talking shit about Dalton before the game, but he threw down. He had 5 touchdowns, 320 yards, similar stats to Drew Brees. So Dalton had a huge 40-point game. Jordy Nelson had a 30-point game for him. But also had some duds in there. Gio with a 3.7, Colson with a 5, Tony G with a 5. Vinegar Strokes, Marvin Jones had 44 and Cam had 31, but like the rest of his squad was nothing, so, or enough to compete. So big time studs and duds for those guys too. Team Rocket and Fantasy Felons. This was probably the closest game of the week, or it was just a 12-point spread. Yeah, Robbie's team had a good day. AP had a decent game. No Sean showed up. Aaron Rodgers showed up and got the win. Robbie's team probably was the most level this week. Probably the most double-digit guys on the team. Probably had like 8 or 9. Everyone else seemed to either have 50-point guys and 0-point guys. So I know Team Rocket is doing his best, but he had a solid week. And then we'll just bump right on to Game of the Week. We had a huge Game of the Week, I know, between the two guys, Pete and Dan. Big time competitors between those two. Dan's team just hasn't not showed up on primetime this year. Handed Pete his first 3-game losing streak that he's had so far this year. So Calvin, can't talk about it, Calvin enough. Calvin went nuts for Dan. Peyton Manning had a 30-point game. One thing I was going to note between the two, I didn't have this prepared, so I'm just going to throw out a guess. Between their two defenses, we're looking at, is basically what I'm getting at is the two high-powered offenses with two low Ds. Their two defenses combined for probably 50 points between 18 starters. But anyways, when you got offenses like both teams have, well, Dan's team definitely showed up. Calvin helped. Put it on him. Dan got to win by like 60 points, give or take. So Dan definitely showed up for prime time. Put it on Pete. Pete, you're on a 3-game skid. Let's see if you can change it up a little bit. I'm sure you can. Looking forward to this game of the week. We're going with Straight Cash, making his debut on his game of the week. Let's see if he can get something going. Put him up against Robbie, who Robbie's much deserved. He's #1 overall seed right now. Robbie's got a tough team. But Casey, believe it or not, in the past weeks has been playing, get some good starters and whatnot, and his team looks all right. Looks like it's in the right direction of the rebuilding process. So, good shit, everybody. Halfway through the year, Week 8 video. Be ready for the expansion one. I'm your commish. It's the realest fantasy league ever. You already know.